Umajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarini. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Te Namaha. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavriddhi ki jai. Namachari Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna everyone. All of you can unmute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I chanted one round for all of you today to progress in bhakti. I just thought, let me pray for all of you. Today is last day, right? So, hope all of you have enrolled in level 2. Most of you, I suppose. So if not, please kindly enroll. You have two options now, right? One is free Bhakti Shastri and the other one is the Bhakti Sadachar. Like Bhakti Sadachar is for someone who is not able to take assignments, like who are not like tech savvy, right? They're not able to operate mobile. I mean, not much. I mean, for them, it is very difficult to write the assignments and these things. For them, they can take opt for Bhakti Sadachar. But then you will be able to attend the classes, but only thing, no assignments there. But in Bhakti, pre-Bhakti Shastri, it is for serious people, like somebody who want to take preaching, right? Like now I have taken, like 1 year back, even I was like you, right? Like I also joined the class. So just like that, so like that, you can also do the level 2, level 3, and then you can also take up the preaching. So someone is really interested in taking the class and preaching Krishna consciousness, because this is a purest work which you can give to people. So I would encourage everyone to take pre-Bhakti Shastri. So we will share the link once again in the group today. So whoever have not registered so far, I request please kindly register. Okay. Hari Bol Rhythm Prabhu, you have done 14 rounds. Okay, today you will do 2 rounds. Hari Bol. So today is very auspicious day. So do as many rounds possible today, all of you. So Akshay Tritiya, it gets multiplied, right? So just whatever we do today, it can be charity and regarding that also, like any small donation also, if you can do from your side, right, will be really helpful for the temple and preaching this Krishna consciousness. So yes, today is a very good day, auspicious day. Okay, so let's start the session. Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay. I'm not muting you all, but please mute if there is a background noise at your place. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. So today is last day, chapter 18 and part 2. So yesterday we covered the first half of this chapter. So the perfect renunciation. Basically, this is a summary of the complete Bhagavad Gita. Whatever Krishna has told, it's everything is a summary we are going to see in this chapter. So we'll continue from the shloka 41 today. Moksha Sanyasa Yoga. So let's pay our obeisances to Sri Radha Govind, ISKCON Mangaluru deities, and to Srila Prabhupada, based on whose teaching we are conducting this course. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Okay. So there are total 4 kinds of ashramas based on the modes of material nature. So can someone say what are those ashramas? You can just unmute and speak. What are the 4 ashramas?
Brahmacharya and
Yeah.
Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sanyasa.
Very nice. Yes. So
Hare
these are the 4. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So these are the 4 ashramas. Yes, Rhythm Prabhuji. Yes, nice. So these are the 4 ashramas based on the mode of material nature. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has been telling from the beginning. It is not. It is we have made it now that the caste system based on the birth, right? Nowhere Krishna mentions that by birth somebody is a Brahman or Kshatriya, right? Or a Vaishya or Shudra. So this is what we have made now because we are not referring to our Vedas. So nowhere in Vedas it is said that this Brahmana only a Hindu. It is not even only for Hindu or Hindus, right? It is actually ours is a Sanatana Dharma. It can be even if any other religion person, if he possesses Brahmanical qualities, then he is also considered as Brahman, right? So Krishna is going to tell the qualities here. So there are totally 9 qualities for a Brahmana, and then 7 qualities for a Kshatriya, and 3 qualities for a Vaishya, and just 1 quality for Shudra. So let's see what are those. Shamo damastapashaucham kshantirarjavameva cha jnanam vignanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which Brahmanas work. So now, most of the time we see even Brahmanas, uh, right? Nobody, I mean, not everyone has all these qualities. I think very rarely we find these qualities, right? So it is not by birth. Krishna also says in chapter 4, anybody knows the shloka? How the caste system Krishna has made. What is the shloka? Anyone knows? Can just unmute and speak.
I know. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam.
Yeah.
Gunakarma vibhagasaha.
Tasya kartaramapi ma.
Tasya kartaramapi mam vidya kartaramapyayam.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Krishna says that I have made based on the karma and the quality. Krishna has made the caste system, but it is based on. So initially in Vedic age, so till 5 years, children used to be at home, right? They would be very pampered and they'll be taken care of by parents. But at the age of 5, they'll be sent. They would be sent to the Gurukul, and in Gurukul, the spiritual master he would see the quality of the child based on his activities, and then he would decide whether he will be a Brahman. So if he's very really interested in learning and these things, then he would be made into Brahman. Because and then if he has a Kshatriya quality, see if he is very brave and all that, then he would be taken as a Kshatriya. And like that they used to make, right? So not everybody will be I mean interested in learning. So we see like the King Nimi is a Kshatriya, but he sin he sorry his sons, no, sorry, Daksha's sons, right? All are like they were Yogendra, Nava Yogendra. So how did they become Brahman, son of Kshatriya? So that was the thing. So it was not like now it's just like a doctor's son may not be a doctor, right? So, but there's an opportunity, maybe opportunity is there, but not necessarily he has to be a doctor. Just like that, Brahmana's son may not be a Brahmana. Only if he possesses certain qualities, these qualities are mentioned here by the Lord, only then he is called as Brahmana. So what is we'll see for the Kshatriya. Shauryam tejo dhritirdakshyam yuddhe chapi apalayanam danam ishvara bhavascha shatram karma svabhavajan. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. So usually whoever has these qualities, they will be called as called as the Kshatriyas. So Kshatriyas, basically it is not sinful for them to engage in war or kill the enemy side, right? So actually Arjuna was worrying like, how can I fight, and how do I may get sin. But then Krishna says, if you work for me and he is a Kshatriya, then there is no sin, even if he has to kill the people there in the war field. So there is no sin for him as a Kshatriya, right? And he is supposed to fight. And Kshatriya is someone who has to take care of his the people, right? So he should be in the leadership position. He need to have those qualities. So he is called a Kshatriya. So now Vaishya and Shudra in the shloka 44. Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Svabhavajam. Farming, cattle raising and business are the qualities of work for the Vaishyas, and for Shudra there is labor and service to others. So he is basically doing the farming and business, right? The Vaishya. And Shudra has just one quality. He is to serve these three ashrama. I mean the Varna, right? The people who Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. The serving these three is the work of a Shudra. So actually it is said, Janmana jayate Shudra samskarat bhaved vijaha Veda patat bhaved vipra. Means by in Kali Yuga, everyone by birth is a Shudra. So when we take birth, we are Shudra, but we get some education, so then we become Dvijaha. And then we learn, right? We get a spiritual master. And I mean, now we have Prabhupada. By grace of Prabhupada, we got a right platform and we are connected to a right Sampradaya, right? So bona fide Sampradaya and bona fide Acharya. So we have to make the we have to utilize this opportunity, and then we take the guidance from the spiritual master, and then that person become a Brahman. So in a Garga Upanishad, it is said that anyone who dies after becoming a Brahmana, his life is successful. And anyone who dies without becoming a Brahmana, he dies like a cat and dog. That means if we are only engaged in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, these four things, then there is no difference between us and animal life, right? So even animals do that: eating, sleeping, defending, and defending means saving for future generation. And then the mating, right? Having children and these things. So if these things a person is involved, then there is no difference. So one has to aim to become a Brahmana before he dies. So that such a life is called as a successful one, right? Then his life is said to be successful. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work. So basically, it is not any work like the Brahmana. He is engaged in patan patan, yajan yajan, dana parigraha means he patan patan. He learns Vedas. He's always engaged in. How do we identify somebody Brahman? Or now if we have to see in Kali Yuga, what is a person doing in his free time, right? Is he engaging in reading scriptures, Is he interested in learning more about Bhagavad Gita or joining more classes? Is he inquisitive? So that is the Brahmanical qualities of learning more and knowing about Lord and what is my purpose of my life and these things questioning, right? So then that such person is a Brahmana. And then Kshatriya, he is a what is it said here? All the qualities we just saw. So all the four people, they can do their work, but still they can attain the perfection, right? Everybody in their like it's not like, oh, Shudra cannot go to Goloka, to the gods abode. No, everybody can go, because whatever the Krishna says, one has to work based on the quality he possesses, right? So everybody has the chance. Why? Because Krishna is not partial. Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, I am not partial to anyone, I am equal to all. Why? Because we are part and parcel of the Lord. So the same soul, super soul, is there in heart of everyone, not just in a heart of Brahmana. Krishna is there as a Paramatma in everyone's heart, in all the living beings. Krishna says, Mamaivamsha jivaloke jivaloka sanatana. Uh, sh- uh, ma, what is that? Manashashtani indriyani prakristani karshati. So all the living entities are my, Krishna says that, part and parcel of me, right? So but they are struggling very hard with six senses, which includes the mind, Krishna says. So we are all, there are three energies of the Lord. Can somebody say what are the three energies? So what are the three energies? Just unmute. What are the three energies of the Lord, and we belong to which energy? Yes, inner potency, marginal potency, and external potency. Yes, very good. So these are the three energies of the Lord. So Krishna is not having any partiality or anything, right? He is equal to everyone. So in whatever occupation one may be engaged, he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. So this is, I like this quote, so I just added. Prabhupada, Prabhupada has written so many thousands of letters, even in his busy schedule. That's how he used to, like, because he can't travel all the time, right? He used to be in many, I mean, one day itself, he used to travel so many countries, Prabhupada. So then in those days, how do he communicate with his disciples? He used to write letters, and whatever question they ask, he used to reply back, and he used to give them the guidance. So here Prabhupada says, the soul already has a spiritual body, which material body covers. My material body grows upon me, my spiritual body, but my material body is unnatural. The real body is spiritual. I am accepting various bodies that are unnatural to my constitution. My real constitutional position is to be servant of Krishna. So all whatever we are, we just have to understand that my real constitutional position is to be servant of the Lord, because I'm a spirit soul, right? So I'm not this body. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharma swa anushtitat swabhavaniyatam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another's occupation and perform it continued perfectly. Duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. So, what is Lord saying here? So don't try to imitate, like Krishna. Arjuna wanted to leave the war field, and then he wanted to go and sit and do meditation, right? Yeah, he wanted to, but then Krishna says that Kshatriya, even if you go, he says that you will become a mithyachari, right? So even if you go, he will not be mithyachari, means somebody who is just imitating. He's not real. We saw that sannyasi, the sadhu, who is just holding a kamandalu, and then he's having a mobile phone and he's smoking and all that, right? So such kind of person. So if somebody engages themselves in the work which they're, it is not as per their kindly unmute Srinivas Prabhu. Please check your mobile, getting unmuted often. So he is so that person, so engaging so one should not engage in the occupation which they are not, right? Oh, I don't know, something wrong with this mobile. I'll better unmute everyone. Yes. So one should not engage. So if as a Kshatriya, if he even goes to the forest, then he has the tendency to fight, right? So he cannot become a Brahman. So not necessary. Krishna says even if as a Kshatriya he can attain perfection. Just Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha, Lord Krishna says. So just think of me and fight, right? Not necessary that he has to give up his occupation. And also, why, if we see in current scenario, nobody is happy in their work. Why? Because somebody has a quality of Brahmana and he's working as a Shudra, right? Prabhupada calls Shudra if some whoever we work under someone, right, in a company, then Prabhupada calls that person like we are all Shudras in Kali Yuga, because Prabhupada says that. So, so so then that person is not happy because he has a brahmanical quality and he is working there as so it is not matching. That is why many of the people, their interest is something and working for something else, and it can be vice versa also. Somebody is in taken the sannyas role but they are not interested. Many people also, I have also got messages like people say that I want to join ISKCON for permanently and all that. But then we I've heard from our senior teachers, like many people who join, right? But then they cannot survive even for 3 months, 6 months, because it is not very easy to take like brahmachari, to be a brahmachari, or like there is some austerity to be done. They have to get up early, and they don't get the comforts that we have at home, right? We have to see in temple life, their life is so simple. They don't spend anything on them. They just sleep. They don't have beds, right? They don't sleep. They sleep on a mat, and morning they get up by 3:30, and then they do, I mean, they 4:30 they join for the Mangalarti and all that. So that is really a serious thing, not for everyone, right? So whoever, but Krishna, what he says, whatever you do, that Krishna should be in the center. So in the chapter 3, we learned that Yagnartham karmano nyatra loko ya karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta karma samachara. So whatever you do, so it has to be for the satisfaction of the Vishnu, the shloka says, right? So then the person will not be going through any sinful reactions. Brahmabhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim lavate param. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So that the person is who is already, who is above 3 modes, right? One who has and Prabhupada says somebody is engaged completely in Krishna consciousness, he is said to have transcended the 3 modes, because then no more the 3 modes can act on him. Means if somebody is really serious and follow the 4 regulative principles and all the whatever rules given by the acharyas, somebody is following, then he can really in this life also. What is liberation? Liberation is not really that janma, coming out of the cycle of janma mrityu jara vyadhi, right? It is, Prabhupada says that if the material, if you are not getting entangled, or if you are not I mean, you are getting the miseries, or in the sense, you are not getting entangled in this material life, right? Then you are always in the if you are able to understand what is your actual position, and then that person is already said to be a liberated. It's not required that he has to take another life to become liberated. It is even possible in this life. So the world is miserable for materially infected person, but for a devotee, Entire world is as good as Vaikuntha, or the spiritual sky. Bhaktya mam abhijananti yavanyastasmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato gnatva vishate tad anantaram. One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. So, Krishna, one cannot understand by mental speculation, right? So, if somebody has a material degree, highest qualification also, not necessary that he'll be able to understand Krishna. So, more many a time, more the higher the degree, the person is not really able to understand the Lord, because that submissiveness is not there. More and more they learn, they get that ego, they get a false ego, and it is very difficult for him to bend before the God, right? So Prabhupada says that most of the time females will accept very soon, because they are very soft, and their faith is very soft. They put their faith very fast, right? Sometimes it is not good in the material life, because people can misuse that, but then in spiritual life, that faith is very helpful, because they get immediate faith and they become very serious. Though if sometimes if somebody says like if a man is he's become devotee but his wife is not, but then Prabhupada says you make her bring her to the temple, and she will become I mean, she may become fast, she will take the devotion than you, right? That is what. So it is only by bhakti one can understand Krishna, not and also in Brahma Samhita it is said, pantastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayo ratapi manaso munipungavana सोऽप्यस्ति यत्र पदसीमि अविचिन्त्य तत्त्वे govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So it takes millions and millions of years. The yogis do that. In the Ashtanga Yoga we saw, right, the taking of breath and then holding it for a long time, and controlling of breath intake and the outtake, right? That they, and for like that they take millions of years to understand Krishna. So, but with and also with the other yoga systems are very difficult, but the bhakti yoga, that is why it is said to be the highest of all. So one can understand the Lord only with the pure devotion, and he is not a effulgence, right? Krishna is not a just effulgence. That is a primary understanding of Krishna, that Brahman, right? What we call Brahman is a primary understanding of the Lord. It is coming from the Lord, just like the sun rays come from the sun, but then it is the effulgence of the Lord, it is coming from the Lord, right? But Krishna is a the Brahman is a preliminary understanding of God. Then Paramatma is a secondary understanding, that is and then highest is the Bhagavan feature, where we can see God and we can relate to him, right? As a person, Krishna is a person. So Krishna does not manifest for everyone. Krishna says, Avajananti, he says that I don't, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya, right? Yoga Maya Samavrata. So by his yoga, the internal potency, Krishna is covered for the people who don't want to understand Krishna. Just like this in Mahabharata also, Duryodhana or Shishupala, they never understood the Lord, because for them, Krishna was always covered, right? So only with devotion, one can understand the Lord. So what is this devotional service all about, right? So just like a honey bottle and the honey bee. So honey bee, so it is like a honey is a devotional service. You are having it, but then how do you get that real taste? If the bottle is closed, you cannot. You're just seeing, okay, now you are listening all this and everything, but until you are not implementing it in your life in practical, yes, initially it will be hard, right? We know our mind is so disturbed, as Arjuna says, chanchalam hi mana Krishna, right? It is more than, it is difficult to control more than a wind I can control, but not the mind. But then Krishna says how we can do it with abhyasa yogena to kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. A little bit of renunciation, vairagya is required, right, towards the material world and sense gratification. little bit we need, and then with the practice, one can develop it. So with practice, it comes. Anything you do for 21 days, it is said that it becomes a habit. So start something, start chanting. If you have not started so far, I request everyone at least one round chanting. It will just take 10 minutes. You can just put Prabhupada audio and then start. Initially, it will take 10 minutes, then later it will take just 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes, one round. And like that, you can keep some time. Initially, you start with one round. Initially, you can increase. So only then you will be able to make out the difference in your life, right? Then only more and more chanting we do, then only the anarthas from our heart will go, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. The heart will get cleansed by the dust, right? What is the dust? The kama. Kama is not just lust. It can be of different varieties. We have desires on so many things in material world. So those things, if it has to go, we have to start practicing it. Otherwise, it will be like just seeing the honey bottle from outside, right? We never get the taste of honey. So this is just like when we go to uh, fair, right? This so there we are not allowed without the ticket, right? So then in same way, if we have to go, I mean, the bhakti is needed to enter to the abode of Lord Krishna. If without bhakti, we know that even the in the Goloka start, if you all remember, the people who meditate on the impersonal Brahman, they reach the Brahma Jyoti. They don't have an entry to above that. They cannot go above that. They cannot reach Vaikunta nor the Goloka planets because they're meditating on an impersonal form. Only when somebody does devotion with the on the personal form of the Lord, only he has an entrance to the spiritual world. So this is Goloka, and Goloka is a spiritual planet where we are there. So Krishna says Kshara and Akshara. We are Kshara, and Akshara are the people who reside in the spiritual planets, right? Fallible and infallible. They never fall down like us. But Krishna is above them. Krishna says he's above them. So we are actually separate. Krishna is separate and we are separate. Just like if we see in this picture, okay, can you see what is that bird? I'll just unmute you. Can anyone see the bird in this picture? There are so many leaves in this tree. So any bird you can see there?
Yes.
Yeah, which bird?
Owl.
Yeah, it's
or peacock.
No, it's not peacock. See properly. Yeah.
Parrot?
Yeah, yes, it's
Eagle?
a parrot.
Oh,
It's a parrot. Okay. It's a parrot. Yes, thank you. So we can see a parrot. See, but from far when we see, it looks like it is merged or it is all, everything is there. But when you go near, it is separate. Just like that, the Mayavadis, they think that we, after this birth, we get merged into the Lord. It's not we don't get merged. That is called Sayujya Mukti, right? So that is not expected. There is no happiness in that. So a pure devotee never expects for that. So we will be like a separate, right? We are like a separate souls. Like Krishna, as Krishna says, he's a like a, same. We are like in a quality we are same with the Lord, but then the quantity we are different, right? Krishna, uh, 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 Krishna is separate and we are separate. So we should never think that we get merged into the Lord, right? So otherwise, how the pastimes of the Lord will happen? If everybody merge, then how is the pastimes possible, right? He cannot do. Krishna wants to enjoy pastimes with his pure devotees and in the 5 different rasas, right? What are the 5 rasas? Anyone remember? The 5 rasas. What are the 5 rasas which we can exchange with the Lord in spiritual world? Madhurya, Vatsalya, Sakhya, yes. And then 2 more. Shanta and, yeah, Sak. First is the Shantarasa, Vatsalya, Shanta, Vatsalya, Sakhya, and Dasya. One more. Dasya and Madhurya. So these are the rasas. So we are individuals. Though engaged in all kind of activities, my pure devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. So Krishna is all merciful. He, somebody who is engaged sincerely in Krishna's devotional service, Krishna says that he is sure to attain the. We know, like we saw in the example of story of um, mm, Ajamila, right? He did so much of sinful work, but then Krishna gave him the intelligence to name his son as Narayana because he had done some little devotional work in his past. So Krishna gave that intelligence, and just in 1 year he became so perfect, and he was Krishna again took him to his abode. So Krishna is so much protective towards his devotees. So just like a monkey, right? If a monkey's child, which one you think is in a safer mode? Is it a monkey child holding on to monkey, or a cat is holding to its baby? So which is in a safe hand? Which of the two is seems to be safe?
Cat holding the
Yes,
baby.
why? Yes, why?
Because monkey has to be, it has to be taken to the stomach. That would
Yeah.
be more safe.
Yes, very good. So basically, it jumps, right? It can fall down because it is holding on the baby. Just like a father, if we are crossing a road, a small kid is holding father's hand, then he can leave and he can run somewhere if there is some distraction or if he sees some toy, right? But then if father is holding the hand, he will not allow him. He will make sure that there is no problem, there is no vehicle coming and all that, right? So father is very protective. Similarly, when somebody has surrendered to the Lord and he is under his complete protection of the Lord, just like this cat, a cat is holding so strongly, even if it runs, there is no chance that the baby will fall down. But here, if a monkey jumps, there is a chance that the baby can fall down, right? So similarly, this is compared to a non-devotee, uh, like Krishna, he is there, but then he says, "Yo bhajante mam bhaktya, mai te teshu." I mean, uh, whoever I am in them, and he is a friend to me, and I am a friend to he is in me. Krishna says that. That means that that special mercy is always there, right, on the devotees. Just like even for a parent, if there are four children and one child is very obedient and listens to father's all advice, instructions, follows. So obviously that love will be. I mean, all children are his. He has that love, but then special care and love will be there towards that one son. So similarly, Lord is also saying here. So for the pure devotee, he always protects. Machitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi ata chetvam ahankara na shoshyasi vinakshyasi. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over the obstacles of conditioned sorry, life by my grace. So conscious of me, if you become conscious, right? If we understand what is my position and what I start serving the Lord, right? Then Krishna says all you can pass over all the obstacles. So how do we become conscious of the Lord? So one has to um, I mean, we should have that surrender attitude, right? What are the 6 ways? How can we do surrender to the Lord? Um whatever is favorable to the Lord, we do only that. Favorable to the Lord and the spiritual master. One has to only do those things which are favorable to the Lord and the spiritual master, and reject anything which is unfavorable. Um, Anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam rakshishyatiti vishwaso. That is firm belief that Krishna will protect me. Whatever it happens, okay. Even something bad happens, what will be the thinking of a devotee? He thinks that okay, this is maybe a mercy of Lord. Maybe Krishna wants me to learn something from this incident, or maybe my previous karma. Always a pure devotee, whenever something bad happens, he thinks it is because of my past deeds, by bad karma, and something good happens, he always give credit to God. Okay, Krishna is being very, very merciful to me, and whatever happened, okay, something good happened, I achieved something in life, okay, it is Lord's mercy. That should be our attitude, right? So Rakshishyati Vishwaso Goptritve Varnanam Tata. So complete surrender. He's my guardian. So considering Krishna as my guardian, it's not like we most of the time we think that my family, my friends, they will come for my rescue or my protection, but nobody can save anyone, right? Many, and in Corona time, many we have seen, like nobody, many have lost their lives. So who is taking care? But still the family goes on. Who is taking care? The Lord, right? And then Atma Nikshepa Karpanye Shadvit Sharanagati. So complete surrender to the Lord with the humility. So that is the definition of a surrender. Being surrender means. So then you can pass the obstacles. How? Just like a if somebody asks to swim the ocean, right? It is a just think of oceans. Any even a swimmer. If he's a great swimmer also, nobody can swim across an ocean. It is not easy, right? But then what Krishna says, if there is, okay, there is a water here, this is a footprint of a calf. So there is a water or a small place where water is stored. The aram se, right? We can step over it. So it is not easy, difficult. So Krishna says, so whoever is conscious of Krishna, for them obstacles become very small, and obstacles will be there, but Krishna gives you that strength, right? So, and to how to get over of it. So otherwise the material laws are very stringent for a non-devotee. He has to go through that all difficulties, whatever we have. The three the secondary problems, the Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Adhyatmik. All the kleshas, everybody has it, but for devotee, Krishna makes it very simple. So Krishna says, right? Anybody remembers the shloka? What is the shloka? Yes, what is the shloka? The three modes of nature, Krishna says, is difficult to come over. What is the shloka? I just give a clue. It starts with Devi Hesha. Anyone knows the shloka? No one knows? Okay. Devi Hesha Gunamahi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. The three modes of nature, which are three, the Devi, right? The who is in charge of this material world. This material world is considered to be a jail, and the Devi, the Durga Devi, she is considered to be the jailer. And Krishna has given the responsibility to take care of the conditioned souls like us, right? So she will be giving test after test. So she will not, her only duty is to keep us away from the Krishna, right? If we are not, if we say, I don't get time for doing chanting, that means that Maya is making us like that. So we are more into Maya. That means the material energy, the external energy of the Lord is controlling us. So we are anyways, we have to surrender. We don't have a choice. Either you have to be in external energy, you want to be a servant of Maya, or you want to be a servant of the Lord Krishna. Then you are in an internal energy. Anyways, we don't have option, right? We cannot escape, because these material laws are so difficult to come over. So we have to choose. So Krishna here says, if you have, so this Devi, she is under my instructions. I mean, Krishna is above her. As per her, his instruction, she takes care of the world. So if you become my devotee, Krishna will tell, okay, don't trouble my devotee so much, right? If he can tell, he is there as Paramatma, and he can tell. He is there in heart of everyone, even in the heart of demigods, devatas, and Devi, everyone. Not just like a human beings, right? So he will tell her that do not trouble my devotee, right? He is my devotee, don't trouble him. So that's how. So Krishna will take care from the ocean of miseries. Ishvara sarva bhutanam ruddeshu arjuna tishtati brahmayam sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart. O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of material energy. So Krishna is there as in a tree. It is compared. A tree is like compared to a body, and the two birds are compared to, one is soul and the other is super soul. So our body is having a soul and super soul. So what is soul doing? It is going on eating the fruits, different fruits. So some sweets are, some fruit is sweet and some is bitter. That is the experience that we have in life, right? We come across so many things day to day. So sometimes we get pleasure and sometimes we get distress, and based on the fruits we eat. So Krishna is waiting when he will finish this work and he will come back to me. But then we are busy eating the fruits. We are just not interested to go to the Lord. And Krishna is telling here, you're seated as a machine. So our body is compared to as a machine, because we have so many machines, right? Even for any of our organs, it is operating perfectly. It's only because such a complicated machine, our body is human body, right? That is made by Krishna. So Krishna is comparing this body as a machine. So but everything is working so perfectly, right? And then that is because of the Lord. And but because Krishna is there as Paramatma, he is guiding, right? He is guiding the soul. So he's there as Paramatma in everyone's heart. But actually many of the time people know about the soul. Many of the spiritual organizations, they speak about the soul, but many of them not aware that there is also Paramatma, right? But Krishna has told many places in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham rudhi sannavishto matta smriti gnanam apohanam cha. So every Sarvasya chaham, in everyone's heart I am there, right? And then Ishvara sarva bhutanam, this shloka. So Ruddeshu Arjuna tishtati. So Krishna is there in heart as Paramatma. तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत् प्रसादात् शरणं परम शांतिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतं. O scion of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace and supreme and eternal abode. So again Krishna is mentioning about the surrender. So we just learned what are the how one has to surrender submissively. And surrender means no, we have to go through the acharya, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says gopi pada kamalayor dasanu dasanu dasa. One has to become a servant of a servant of a servant of a gopis. So it is not like directly one can approach Lord. And why, when chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, why do we take Panchatattva mantra, right? We don't, if we go direct to Krishna, Krishna don't know who we are. Who are you? But when we say that Panchatattva, that shows that we are connecting to the Sampradaya, right? The Acharyas. We are taking the name of Acharyas. That shows that we are connecting. I am in that disciplic succession. So then Krishna knows. So, okay, he belonged to this disciplic succession. That's why that is very important to surrender unto a bona fide spiritual master. Iti te gnanam akyatam guhyad guhyataram maya vimshraya yaitad asheshena yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do. So Prabhupada also says we have to meditate on one shloka. Just take one shloka in a day and meditate on that more and more. We have to learn, right? What is it saying? What is Krishna is trying to tell? I mean, meditate, read the purports. I mean, we cannot do it by ourselves, but then see the purports of Prabhupada, what he's trying to tell. Understand very neatly. No need to rush, right? And there are 108 shlokas, okay? In the website, if you go, Prabhupada has given the main 108 shlokas, very important, which shows the essence of Bhagavad Gita. If we can try to memorize those, okay? Because whoever want to go take it up seriously and want to be a preacher in future, so it will be really helpful for you to quote them in the relevant places, right? So those 108 shlokas. So here Krishna is telling deliberately, or so you have to think on that. So this is a guhyatamam, this is very confidential, and to whom this confidential knowledge is shared? Only to a closed ones, right? To our dear ones. We don't go and tell any non-devotee or anything. So it is very, and then Krishna is very good teacher, right? A great personality. What does he say? Do what you wish to do. But in material life, we are also controlling. We, if somebody is below us, we think in like a in materialistic platform, we demand them that they have to listen to me. Whatever I tell, they have to listen. But see here, the Lord Himself, He is giving so much of knowledge, and then He is giving that free will. He is not taking. So this is what Lord does. That free will is always with us. So many times people think why that person is doing bad karma and all that, and maybe Krishna is only making him do. No, Krishna is giving that free will. He says, "Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru." You do as you wish. Now I have given you all the knowledge. So Krishna has given that intelligence, but then he says that you do as you like. He does not interfere in that little independence. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि सत्यं वित्ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोसि मे. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my dear friend. So if the Lord is telling, we have to accept this as it is, right? So this is not first time. This is again in 9.34 also. Krishna says the same shloka. That last two lines are different there. But then Manmana Bhava Madbhakto. Krishna says, always think of me. How do we think of Krishna? Krishna's name, right? When we chant the Lord's name, it is like remembering that nothing but remembering Lord, right? Krishna is nothing not different from his name. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis, because Krishna has kept all his potencies in his name. That is why the taking the name of the Lord is very important, and his form, paraphernalia, and pastimes. So how do we think about the Lord form? Just visit the Manglarti and all that. So you get attached to those the the deities, right? When we see every day, so that's how then that picture comes to your mind. Every day you attend. Why are these rules made? Because it's all for elevating us in spiritual life. And paraphernalia, like the associates of the Lord, we talk about them, the pure devotees, and the pastimes of the Lord. So in that way, pastimes of the Lord, we listens to Bhagavatam. Every day there's 8 o'clock, we have Bhagavatam classes. I request everyone to attend. It's in the temple link, right? A very beautiful classes going on. So NND Prabhuji, who's our temple president, he takes a class in English, but we have in all the languages. Anybody is interested in different languages, Kannada, Telugu, Malyalam, we have all the links. You can just check with the admins. You will be given the links. So we have in the different languages Bhagavatam going on. And then, so we have to hear, because in spiritual life, it's all about hearing, more and more hear. So, Tat Shrunu, Arjuna, Krishna says always, says, right, to Arjuna, right, listen, now listen. Shravanam Kirtanam, even in the Navadvida Bhakti, we see that Shravanam is the first. So then become my devotee. Krishna says how to become my devotee, and then worship me and pay obeisances. So what are the 4 things? Chanting, right? Thinking of Krishna by chanting, and then offer Manmana Bhava Madvakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, right? Then worshipping the Lord, right? And then paying obeisances. So in this way, you can sure just do this. So Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is not really difficult. It is only like chanting, eating prasad, and dancing kirtan, right? So only some austerity we have to do on particular days, getting up and every day, like getting up early. But then you see that your life becomes so peaceful, and so many unnecessary things from your life go away. When we start this, when we take spiritual life, without our knowledge, the things that were disturbing us, right? And where we think that we are occupied in so many things, I don't have time. But you just try to include the part of your life, make the spirituality part of your life. You will slowly see that the time has expanded. You don't know like how, because the Krishna does that, right? Krishna, it is Krishna. Time is also Krishna. So how is a devotee able to do that? We see many of there are very senior teachers who engage. They're already working like very many doctors are there, and many professors are there. How are they able to engage their time in doing this? And also they have taken initiation and all that. So how are they able to do this? Because Krishna makes the path easy for the devotee. Once you take it up, then everything becomes easy. But then if we think, oh, I will get after some time, maybe I'll change my job, then I take spirituality, or so if you think in that way, it is never going to happen. You have to start from wherever you are. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So abandon all religion, right? So whatever you have misconceptions, I belong to this caste, maybe I cannot do this, or I have I mean, whatever we have misconceptions about religions, leave all that. Krishna is telling, leave all that, just surrender unto me, then I will deliver you, right? Whatever sinful, whatever we don't remember, we have taken millions of lives in 84 lakh species. We don't know what we have done, or how many times human birth we have taken, how many sins we have done, right? We never know. Like the Dhritarashtra, he became blind because of the 50 years back, his previous life, he had done the sin of killing a bird and his babies of 100 babies. That's how his sons, 100 sons, got killed. So the karma is always there. But then Krishna says, but when you surrender unto me, I shall deliver you from all sins, whatever. But then do not fear. So there is no need to fear. So when Draupadi was dragged in the assembly of so many people were there, but then she helplessly she called for, she couldn't do anything. Then she called out for Krishna. Then Krishna helped her. So when somebody has that full faith in the Lord, Krishna is surely going to help that devotee, right? So yes, and also Krishna says, even in Brahma Samhita, it is said that Krishna don't have a difference. I mean, even from a smallest of Indragopa, there is one insect called Indragopa, the smallest, and then to the Indra, he's a king of all demigods, right? Devatas in a heavenly planet. So from Indra to Indragopa, I will burn the sinful sins of all the sins of any living entity. It is not like just for a human being or for his own. Anyone who surrenders to him, Krishna says he will deliver them from all sinful reactions. So this Gajendra, right? Gajendra was how he surrendered just with a flower, right? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti pahrutam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So anything, he didn't know anything. He called out the Lord, and he offered a lotus from the pond, because the crocodile had caught his legs. But then Vishnu comes and liberates him. So that's how he protects the devotees. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidasyati bhaktim mai param krutva mame vaishyati asamshayaha. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come to me. So this is Prabhupada, who is, we can see, right? The knowledge of Gita is considered to be the highest. So try to give this spiritual knowledge, right, to the people you know, and also try to share this. Like the new batch is coming on May 9th. So please share with whoever you know. And we have a different time slot and in different languages, whichever is convenient for them, people can enroll and take this advantage. And even if you are able to change one person's life, then so much of pious thing you are accumulating in your life. So this is Prabhupada giving initiation, right? Harinam initiation. So there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So Krishna says the one who is spreading the Krishna consciousness is very dear. Like in this course is also started, like Namanishta Prabhuji, who is the president, he started just a year back, right? 1.5 years back when this course has started. He's taking so much of endeavor to make this. I mean, when they started, Prabhuji was saying there were just hardly 4-5 teachers, and now there are more than 50 or 100 teachers. I don't know the exact number, but there are many lot teachers, and I mean, everybody are growing, right? It's a platform where everyone can grow, and you can spread this message to everyone so that some difference we can bring in people's life. So Krishna says, whoever tells this knowledge, right, that person is so dear. Nobody else is so much dear to me. So Prabhupada's books have been translated in so many languages, in Portuguese, German, French, Danish, Norwegian, Swedish. So all these languages, so many languages, right? And currently we have courses in ISKCON Mangaluru, English, Odia, Bengali, Malyalam, Assam, Tamil, no, Assamese, Nepali, no, I don't know. Urdu, yeah, Gujarati we have. I mean, we have in Malyalam, Konkani, and all this. So many languages it has been translated, so that everyone, like all, because this knowledge is for the humanity, right? Not just for one part of people or only for Indians. No, it is for everyone. It's for the mankind. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence. So Krishna is guaranteeing that one who has studied this knowledge, whoever have heard, they will, by all intelligence, they will worship the Lord. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell, right? So need not, because this material world is full of misery. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam, Krishna says. So this one will not be able, at least if one sincerely studies Gita, he will at least get the auspicious planets, right? But then any planet, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka, Punaravartino Arjuna, Mamupetyata Kaunteya, Punarjanmana Vidyate. Even somebody goes to Brahmaloka, they will have to come back to this material world. But whoever worship Krishna directly, they will not take birth again, because only Krishna can give that liberation, right? No other devatas. Devatas, if we worship, we can go yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitrivrata. Krishna says, if you worship pitru, you go to that world, right? And if you worship the the ghost, you go to the ghost world. And if you worship me, you come to me, Krishna says. So we have to be intelligent enough to choose whom we need to worship. And Krishna says, you will be freed from all inauspicious things. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, that is Achyuta, right? My illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I'm prepared to act according to your instruction. So Krishna, and see, Krishna is a perfect teacher and Arjuna is a perfect student. We also should be like a Arjuna. So Krishna has taught everything, and Krishna, it is like we have to see ourselves in Arjuna's place. So how should we take the Krishna's, the Lord's instruction? So he takes everything. Krishna says that Arjuna has now accepted everything what Lord has says. Not like I'll take one part of the Bhagavad Gita, not everything, but everything he takes. And then he says that I am prepared to act. So he is ready to fight. Now Arjuna has finally agreed that he is ready to fight. Finally, after 45 minutes, so this Gita was told, the discussion happened between Krishna and Arjuna was of 45 minutes, right? The 700 shlokas. But then that time they had so much caliber, right? So he could understand, digest those things, and he was able to act on it. So that was Arjuna. And then he decides to fight. So now Sanjaya is telling, O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every I thrilled I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. So the pure devotee always gets thrilled, but for Dhritarashtra, nothing happened, right? He also listened complete whatever happened on the battlefield, but he is in a tamoguna. He didn't understand anything. But the pure devotee, he understands, right? He is getting thrilled by listening the conversation. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयोर्भूतिर्ध्रुवा Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. So this is a final shloka where Sanjaya is concluding that wherever Krishna is there, so indirectly what he's trying to tell, that your son has lost the war, Duryodhana, because wherever Krishna is there, there is victory, opulence, extraordinary power, and morality. He saw everything, right? It's a dharma kshetra. Only the people who are in dharma can only win, right? We see also in this, like in the world, people, they can do so much of cheating and everything, but then one day only the dharma only will win, right? Because wherever dharma is there, Krishna is there. So so he gives his opinion, and indirectly he is telling Dhritarashtra that you have made a stupid decision by encouraging your son to fight. You are going to lose this war. Life lesson: if Krishna is on our side, he will always win in life. So what are the takeaway messages? Three things. We are spirit souls, right? We how many of you were aware of this fact that we are spirit soul before coming to this class? Were you aware that I am not this body, I am this soul, and all these things? Were you aware already, or you learned here? You just we all heard that there is something soul, but we are not so much conscious, right? That the soul is covered with subtle, yeah, a subtle body, and we are covered with the gross elements, and these details we never knew. So what is our actual position is Jivere Swarupahoy Krishnere Nityadas. So we are eternal servants of the Lord, and we get meaning to our life only when we are connected. Just like Prabhupada says, a screw in a machine is also important to be, I mean, of the part of a machine. But then if a screw falls off, what is the loss for that machine? But then the screw is, I mean, it's of no use, but it gets value when it is connected, right? So just like that, when we as a spirit soul, when we are connected to the Lord, our life gets a meaning. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So Krishna has explained that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Matta Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. The shlokas 10.8 to 10.11, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, essence of Bhagavad Gita, it is said. And Krishna says there, that declares, I am the Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, like both I am the controller and the Krishna is for both the spiritual and material world. He is the supreme lord of both the worlds, and he is worshipped in all the three worlds, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So he is the supreme. And who are the devatas? Devatas are no one, like they are like a devatas. They are the administrators under the Lord, right? They are working as administrators, just like under prime minister. There are so many ministers who are working. So in different states, Krishna cannot come everywhere. So he has appointed his ministers for different work, right? So Varuna, Vayu, Agni, and all that. So they all do their works. And Devatas also are given certain responsibilities. And in Brahma Samhita, you have to see, we get all the details, how all the Devatas, how they pray to Krishna, finally, right? And then devotional service is the best process to attain perfection. So we saw so many different things like karma yoga, and by karma one can attain the Lord. But then Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and then Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is the best, because in all the chapters, Krishna concludes that the Bhakti is the highest to attain perfection. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All of you can unmute and we can chant 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So the class is going, this is some old poster, sorry for that. Actually, the new batch is going to start on May 9th. Okay. So May 9th. So 1 hour session. So that is coming next Monday. So all of you can please pass this message. We will share in the group, pass to your WhatsApp groups and share with your friends and families. And then whoever have not done the registration, kindly register yourself to level 2. So we will share this in the group. Anybody pending to do, or anybody wish to enroll now? Let me know. Anybody wants to enroll now? I can guide. You can just raise your hands. I think many have done already. Yeah, Kusumlata Mataji, you have not enrolled?
I have done it, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
And message has come to me, but
Okay.
WhatsApp group they have.
Yeah, you told me that, right? But then
and
but they asked you that idea the day I told you to recheck again. That's what it is resolved.
They have sent a
Mataji.
message. They have sent a message.
What they sent?
You have successfully registered for the level 2 course. But ticket is made and you will join the WhatsApp group.
So till now you are not joined?
But not joined the WhatsApp group.
So you are in Sadachar, right? You heard Sadachar.
Yes, Mataji, Sadachar.
Okay, Mataji. Just do one thing. Just post in the group again today your number, or message me. I'll check it out, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody else? All of you, have you registered or yet to register? Please take the level 2. Okay. Yeah. Kwaish Pahwa.
I have a Sadachar group. I have read.
Yes, ma'am. I have to register, Mataji.
Okay, you have to register. Okay. I'll just do. Harshali Mataji, Hare Krishna. Are you there? 1 second. Okay. I'll just check. Where is it? The link. Okay. I have posted the link in the chat. Please open that, Mataji. You can just, it will just take 2 minutes. Kwaish Mataji, enroll it. As I said, there are 2 options. Yeah, just take it for that pre-Bhakti Shastri, because then you can do some serious studies. Otherwise, just attending the session, you will not be able to. Yeah, I have so many messages in the chat. Nilima Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji, for wonderful session of understanding Bhagavad Gita. Then, thank you, Mataji. And Dhanalakshmi Mataji, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Tushar Pawar Prabhuji, thank you very much, Sarita Mataji, and I'm obliged. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ramya Mataji says, thanks Mataji for your valuable time and teachings. Hare Krishna, thank you. Shailaja Mataji says, thank you, Sarita Mataji, for the wonderful session and valuable teachings. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So anybody wants to say anything about your experience of 18 days or anything, you are open to share. If anyone wants to speak anything, you can. Okay, the courses may start for level 2 shortly. So you will get all the intimations in their group, whoever have already enrolled. Otherwise, please do enroll and be in connection of devotees, right? So this sadhu sangha, uh, being in connection of devotees is very important. Otherwise, it is very difficult, right? Because uh, 99% people are in material, like in a materialistic life, and we have most of our friends are like that. So if you are not having a devotee association, then it's not easy for us, right? It is not easy for us to continue in spiritual life. We are very easy, like Maya is very strong. She is distracts us from so many things. We have so many engagements and all that. So at least be in the company so that you will have the touch. Listen, at least I would request you come to Bhagavatam class, right? At least every day. Bhagavatam, if you hear, Prabhupada says that if anybody listens the Canto 1, I mean, you can read on your own. It's available in Veda base. Currently, the Canto 3 is going on in Bhagavatam. I think Canto 4 is started. So, Canto 4 is started now. So, in the Veda base, all the soft copies are available books. You can also order the hard copies. It is really good, Bhagavatam. But then it is like Bhagavatam, bringing Bhagavatam home is like Krishna coming to our house, right? So auspicious. So many people, so many problems they have in life, but when they bought these books, uh, I mean, somehow it got resolved, the problems, right? It is said that it is not different from Krishna, just like Krishna's name is not different, just like Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna himself. So buying Bhagavatam is really a good idea. So whoever can afford, you can buy. It's not costing so much, and you have in different languages. And attend the Bhagavatam class and read the Bhagavatam. Whoever reads the Canto 1 will become a devotee, right? So it is said the first canto, if somebody reads the full, then he becomes strong in like devotion. Shrihan Prabhuji, Mataji, it's a wonderful journey. Because of your teaching only, we are able to understand. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, it's like all of you have participated. It's all your participation. But then, yes, I mean, be in this journey. That's all I want to say. Like, just don't leave after this 18 days. So Ridham Prabhuji says, Sarita Mataji, when I wanted to study BG, I found it overwhelming. Yes, everyone, for all of us, in fact, right? I was Googling for some course, especially in ISKCON Mayapur. Their servers were down to even register me into their course. Few days, I got an urge to Google again for the course. I did get to find this course. Oh, that was very nice. So, Prabhu, you also please refer to your friends and families, and they can take the benefit of this course. So, all of you can become like instrument, right? In this, we can always become an instrument. So Jaya Nayar Mataji says, you have done very well as a teacher. Thank you, Mataji. I'm also learning along with you all. So Ridham Prabhuji, indeed, Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. He goes where he is called upon. Yes. So you all have some mercy. Otherwise, you would have not come here, right? So somehow, yes. Jaya Nayar Mataji, what is the last day for quiz? I need to find out. I'll post in the group. I think another 3 days it will be there, at least 3 days. 2-3 days it will be open. Yes, all of you please kindly complete the quiz. And this certificate is required for who is taking the pre-Bhakti Shastri. You need to have the certificate. They may ask you to produce it. Okay. Keep the certificate ready with you. Kwaish Pava Mataji, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. It was a meaningful and enjoyable experience. Thank you. Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna Mataji. Shika Thakur. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So anywhere in the journey, if I had done any mistakes, anything happened, I apologize and kindly forgive, because there may be mistakes from my side also. So some small mistakes, because I am also in a path of learning. Yes, Shrihan Prabhu, tell the difference between Okay, pre-bhakti and sadachar. Okay, sadachar course. Okay, let me open that once again. Basically, sadachar is for someone who don't want to take any assignments. You just want to attend the class and just listen and go. But then the other one is assignment is there, but you have 1 week time. And it is not that difficult. You can do it. Anybody can take it. So this you can see here, pre-bhakti course, which leads to level 3, level 4, and level 5 and reaches you to ISKCON Bhakti Shastri degree in 3 years of disciplined efforts. So this is an organized course with attendance. There'll be attendance for this. Weekly, attendance form will be shared in the chat every day. It is only on weekends, okay? 2 days in a class. So then weekly assignment, submission, and examinations. So no need to be worried. It's all like what to say? It's not like lengthy answers or anything. You have the choice, right? Multiple choice kind of exams. So it's not really that difficult. You can all do it. And this is highly recommended for devotees who want to take up teaching, preaching service, get initiated, and pujari service in ISKCON. So 2 classes are held every weekend. Okay, this is for pre-Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Sadachar course, which operates without assignments and examination. So somebody cannot take assignments and you're not ready. Still, we don't. This is because why Prabhuji had kept this. We don't want people to leave and go, right? You have to continue in this journey, right? So actually, the devotees are so merciful, right? They see a way how a person can continue in spiritual journey. Just because that I can't do my assignment, I should not leave the course. So for them, you can come to this Sadachar course and be in the connection of devotees and who due to personal reason cannot commit to sub assignments and write exams. So these 2 options are there. You can select any of it. For youth, it is only pre-Bhakti Shastri. In case you want Bhakti Sadachar, then select adult group and join Bhakti Sadachar. Okay. I think this is an adult group only. If somebody is youth, so like 16 to 25 years is youth. So if they want to take Sadachar, then they have to enroll as an adult and join the Sadachar group, it says. So, and these are the temple programs. Every day it happens. Mangala Aarti, 4:30 to 5 a.m. Then 5:30 to 6 a.m. Japa and Bhagavatam. 6 to 7 Japa continues. 8 o'clock to 9 Bhagavatam class, which includes the Darshan Aarti also. And 3 p.m. we have Bhagavatam reading. I don't know which canto it is going on right now. And 8:30 there's a Krishna book reading. Everything, this temple link, this will be shared in group. Save it somewhere. So every day you can join. Okay. And then today is on Akshaya Tritiya. Again, I request, like anyone of you wish to do it today. It's very auspicious day, right? There are so many things on today. Like Lord Parshurama appeared on this day. River Ganges descended to earth on this day. This day marks the beginning of Treta Yuga. Sudama visited Krishna at Dwaraka. Pandavas received Akshaya Patra from the sun god. Vyasadeva started composing Mahabharata on this day. Adi Shankaracharya composed Kanakadhara Shotram on this day. Kubera received his wealth and position as custodian of wealth. Goodness goddess Annapurna Devi appeared on this day. So 5 things to do on Akshaya Tritiya: glorify the Supreme Lord who appeared as Parashurama, recite chapters, so offer oblations to the forefathers and do more chanting, okay? Chanting, and then Annadan and donate towards charitable cause. So next we are getting a Narasimha Jayanti on 15th May. So you'll be intimated in the group. You can all participate online for the function. Okay. Shika Thakur Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Shrihan Mataji, Shrihan says, I'm 26-year-old. Can I take pre-bhakti by that link? Yes, you can take. You can take from 15 to 25, I think. You can just opt for adult and take the pre-bhakti course. Prashant Manikar Prabhuji says, thanks a lot, Mataji. Mesmerized by your devotion, commitment, and bhakti. I'm still a learner. Yeah, little bit I have got from mercy of Krishna and the senior devotees. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other questions you have, or we can close. Okay, thank you everyone. It has been a great experience with all of you. The journey was really good. And yes, I will post in the WhatsApp group. Yes, you can, okay, I'll post for joining. Yeah. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचारी हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you everyone. You all can unmute and say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.